Hello, welcome to day 3. Part 2. This is the first part 2 of this Journey to Teach vlog series that I'm doing. So, the day's not over yet. I still have the Zoom call this afternoon in which we talk, I think, about the teaching standards, and whatnot, but I've just had my first time in college. It was nearly late, but I managed to not be, which is good. So I'm currently trying to take off these fancy shoes. They look nice, but they are apparently a bit small. My shoe size dropped 2 sizes, but apparently it's gone back up again, which isn't ideal. Because now I'm going to need to get some different fancy shoes, which are very expensive, and I need to sell these ones to make up the cost. Somewhat. God, I'm glad my face was not in view for that. Oh, that's much better. Whew, I think this is going to be a barefoot situation for a little while, so socks off too. But yes, in the college, it's okay. They have some teaching regulation, COVID-y things that are to be observed. So first of all, you have to have a COVID mask on in corridors. That's it, just in corridors. You have to sanitize your hands when you enter the building from the main reception, when you go into a classroom, when you leave a classroom. So if you get up to go to the loo, you've sanitized your hands on the way in, you sanitize them on the way out, you wash your hands after you go to the loo, and then you sanitize them again when you get in. So there's that, which seems excessive to me, but okay. You also have to use a anti-bac sort of wipe to make sure your desk is COVID-free when you arrive. I think I know what's going on here. It's the other way around to usual. Okay, I'm going to put this up here for now, and I'm going to try to start driving, and we'll see how it goes. Is that secure? That's secure-ish. But yeah, so that's a lot. That's better. However, there's nothing to complain about really there. I really don't think that's very secure, but I'll deal with it, I suppose. Yeah, so we have that. On top of that, we've got a couple general rules to follow, but that's okay. The main thing is today we had our induction. Most of it was pretty useless, but we had some of it which I found useful at any rate. Speed bump. Cool. Yeah, I found it useful, even though it's not super useful. Useful is useful is useful. But beyond the induction information, I think this probably is some sort of induction information. Okay, no, that's not going to work. I'm going to pause. Okay, so I'm covering up the revs, not the miles, so I can keep it at the speed limit. But yes, I also missed the turning, so I have no idea where I'm going. That's fine. I have... Come on, brain, you can do this. I need to turn right up here. No, I'm going to go left. But, yeah, so we talked about some stuff, and I managed to ask some questions that I actually found useful in the answers for, that is, as opposed to the questions themselves. I'm just going to wait behind this bus, to be honest, because I can't see it's going to go now. That's good. But yeah, so the main question was about personal information and talking to students. fired if you mention that you ever broke the law, because that counts as advocating breaking the law, even if you preface it with "I was wrong to, but," or anything along those lines. So none of that. That's just straight up not allowed. But what you can do is sort of say, as a devil's advocate, some people, I'm going to play devil's advocate, some people think or say this, for example. And that's how you can get your own opinions in. You're just not allowed to own up to them being your own opinions, which I think is jolly stupid, and just puts a needless barrier between you and the pupils. They will see you less as a person, they will sort of relate to you less, think you relate to them less, but that's just how it is, and how it is how it will be. It's one of those things about society, you either conform or you fail. So I will be conforming, I just am not super happy about it. You're also not allowed to talk badly about various organisations, such as schools in general, teachers, the Norfolk Teacher Training Centre, which is where I'm doing my teacher training, etc. Which is actually reasonable. I can see why they would have that. Double bollocks. I can see why they would have that situation in place. I will fix the camera, just I am driving. That's got to take priority because health and safety and stuff. Fixing, good. Now you can see my ugly mug again. Also, don't talk badly about yourself. So no, my ugly mug. I'm sure you are allowed to do stuff like that as long as it's like jokey. Hopefully it was picked up that was intended to be. Which way do I want to go? No, I want to go this way. But yeah, so that was useful information, which is rare, sadly. But yes, that was useful. Most of it wasn't, but you gotta take what you can get. I also got some Nat Geo RS related stuff that I can read through sort of at my leisure for what is ever useful, whenever it is useful. Oh, actually, no, I am in the go straight ahead, not the go right aisle, as far as I'm aware. I'll wait for that one. There we go. Why? I don't understand. Whatever. Yeah. So, while I don't understand why someone's driving in between the two lanes ahead of me, there's some useful stuff happened, and they even also talked about our assessment. We need to submit a minimum of total 70 pieces of evidence to our professional practice portfolio, but we can use each piece of evidence as two, provided it's for evidencing different things. Those things, I believe, are the teaching standards, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Good old traffic. Cyclists, which have caused this build-up. But I think I can get around it. Yeah. The layout of the 70 pieces is 30 in the spring term, 30 in the autumn term, and 10 in the summer term. I don't know why I did spring, autumn, but yeah. So 30 in each term, apart from summer, where it's only 10, because you'll be a lot more teaching. And yeah, also, in theory, I should be hearing which school I'm going to later today or some point tomorrow, because apparently most people have now, which means I'm one of the few left, which is a-okay, as long as I do hear soon. If I haven't heard by Friday, I'm going to be having words, I imagine. That's a weird sound. Yeah. But I have to... Yeah, that is locked. Say that it wasn't as bad as I thought going into City College. Got some weird memories of visiting friends there that I don't talk to anymore, which was a bit sad. But yeah, and then the reflective review piece, the reflective journal we have to do is sort of a self-reflection and reflection on our experience. And that was explained, sort of what it needs to be a bit more, how it works, who can see it, what sort of things to put in it. It's a professional diary, not like a dear diary, but this thing happened today, which caused these things in like the profession, in a professional sense, like because of that these things happened. I think I handled this thing well, I think I handled this thing poorly, in future I could this. This person's lesson plan said they were going to do this, but because of these reasons they couldn't, which I think they handled really well or really poorly because they did these things, stuff like that. So really useful stuff to know what I'm talking about when I am talking about it. And now I do. So I can't say that it was entirely a waste. Definitely took far longer than it should have done. But that's fine. They just had to cover a lot of stuff that may or may not have been useful for everyone. Some people might find it useful, some people didn't. And there was a lot of questions asked, which is great. Just I didn't need most of the answers to those questions because I already had them. But whatever. Yeah, so I am going to stop this recording as soon as I get a break from driving. Yeah. There may be a part 3, who knows? It depends on whether the Zoom call is useful or not. If it's not, I'll let you know in the morning. If it is, then I will probably do a part 3. But I have Kung Fu